everybody, Mike Burkholder, East County Today, here with Brandon Johnson, a.k.a.
The Golf
Baller.
How you guys doing?
We're down here at his new location, talk a little bit of golf, but for those that don't know the Golf Baller, fill them in on a little background about you.
All right, a little background is 9 years ago I started a mobile golf truck. It was 40 door. I took a UPS truck, converted it into a mobile repair shop. I serviced all the local golf courses. Then I saw there was a real need for a custom golf shop in Brentwood, so I opened one up next to Willie's Bagels. I was there for about 2 years. Then I took over the Vineyards driving range, rehabbed that. Then unfortunately we got shut down due to the nets not being in acceptable condition. So then we moved over here to 8285 Brentwood Boulevard, and now we're here and we're loving our new location. It's very convenient for our customers, and I'm just really enjoying it now, you know.
So how does someone get into a mobile golf repair?
Well, basically, I was a union carpenter, and work got really slow, and I was out of work, and I was playing a lot of golf. And so, like, my buddies would go, man, I meant to get my clubs re-gripped. And then they'd play golf, but then they'd just throw them back in their trunk and never do it. And I go, man, so the PGA Tour has tour vans that are on site that do all repairs. So I said, man, if I do that for the everyday customer, you know, everyday golfer, and make it more convenient for them, I think it would be a good idea. So 2 weeks later, I flew down to LA, bought a truck, drove it back.
What kind of truck was that?
It was like a UPS truck, a big Chevy step van. And luckily, my dad builds custom vehicles. You know, he built BART cars, buses, mobile hospitals. So he was able to fabricate everything inside to make a real workable shop, you know. So it was really custom, and I love doing it. That's what got me started, and that's what got our name out there. So that was a big plus.
And so then you progressed to a golf range, which that's kind of your next stepping stone, and ultimately your dream is to own a golf course.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's number one, because if I could bring my shop and put it in a golf course, and with as much passion and desire I have to do it, I know I can make a golf course a success and a great environment for everybody to come out and have a good time at a good facility and bring customer service back to golf, you know, have it just real friendly and a good time and a great product, you know.
Well, you are a good time, because every time we see your videos, you're laughing, singing.
I try to keep it positive, you know, every day's a good day, you know, when you're breathing, so I just try to keep things positive and, you know, tell people to enjoy life, because you never know when your last day's coming.
So what I want to share with the audience, though, and maybe you could give a little bit more background in this, is, you know, owning a business is tough. It's a struggle. There's highs and lows. You know, you've put your heart into this, and you hit a low recently, a few months back. And I want people to really understand, owning a business isn't all cash flow. It's not all
it's
Lamborghinis.
Not as good as it, yeah.
Can you kind of share with everybody kind of what you went through in terms of having to shut down your shop?
Yeah, so, I mean, basically, golf balls were hitting the commercial building to the left of us. So we tried to come out with a agreement that would make both parties happy, but when it came down, the bottom line was our nets weren't in full. They got to be in 80% compliance, and they weren't. I didn't own the land. The landowner didn't want to pay to raise the nets and everything. So, and I wasn't going to pay for it because I didn't own it. So it was just one of those things where we just had to shut down. We could have kept the shop there, but I didn't believe that was a good location for a shop. So it was one of those things. And then when the range got broken into, I mean, I took like a huge loss. I mean, golf carts, lawnmowers, products. And it had me at a point where I almost quit, like, completely. And I never really get that way, but I got to a point where I didn't do anything for like 3 months because, you know, everything in here I've physically brought in myself. So to have a whole bunch of my stuff stolen, it isn't like I can just call TaylorMade and say, hey, send me that stuff again, because it doesn't work that way. I don't have accounts with manufacturers. Everything in here, the reason why I'm able to give somebody a good deal on this and a great deal on that is because I bring it in myself. Sure. I find those deals. So it was really heartbreaking when you see, you know, if you just flip through a catalog and bring stuff in, then you're not putting too much effort into it. Yeah. But to actually purchase everything individually in here and to see it stolen and vandalized was a...
Well, not only that, I mean, you put hours and money into fixing an entire range.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears. And
I actually moved in for 3 months. I parked my RV down there and I lived there for 3 months.
You worked the land, you got it in tip-top shape, new green, new sand traps, new.
We had grass hitting
Everything.
area, everything. Yeah, I mean it was. I mean I look at it as it's a good thing now because I really like where I'm at, and the positive that I take away from it is I can spend a lot more time because I was getting there at 8 and getting home at around midnight.
Sure.
So I didn't have any time with my kids, my family, my wife. So it's nice now. I mean, I drop my kids off at school every day. I pick them up every day. It was summer break. They're here with me at the golf shop. So I'm spending a lot of time with my family, and that, you know, that's really nice.
And so when you had to shut down, you kind of did something not a lot of other people would do, is you went back to physical labor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what was that like, from hitting golf balls to pounding nails and destruction? And
I mean, it was, I don't want to say humbling, but it was like,
it was humbling.
yeah, yeah, but it was more like, hey, I don't want to do this, so I better get back on my stuff, you know? So, I mean, you got to make money, so luckily I have some good friends that hooked me up with a good job, and I went out there and worked hard, and it was fun. I mean, because at the range, I did do a lot of work, but I never worked that physically hard, you know? When you're on the clock and they're demanding you to demo stuff, and, you know, so it was good, and it was nice to do it, and for me to be able to tell myself, hey, you better get back on your, because you don't want to do this. You don't want to be jackhammering every day for 20 more years. You want to do something you're passionate about and something that you enjoy doing every day. So that kind of helped me in a way, you know, because it was like, hey, I can't keep doing this type of work, you know. So that was the good thing, and I was working with a buddy of mine, so that was cool too. So it's nice to be back, though.
Now, what you know, you're going through all that, and I know that you give a lot of credit to your wife for kicking you back in gear.
Yeah.
What can you say about her and the support that she and your family and friends have given you?
Yeah, I mean, really, none of this is possible without the support of them, really. I mean, when it comes to, like, when I was telling you about the range, my wife handled every single thing. When I mean everything, I mean, I didn't do a dish, I didn't do any laundry, I didn't vacuum, I mean, almost never. Now I help out. Now I do a lot of things around the house because I have more time and I want to show my appreciation. But during that stint, I mean, she handled everything. Every responsibility she was handling. I was working on my dream, chasing this, and for our family, and she understood that. So without her support, none of it would even be possible. My family and friends, like especially at the range, I had so many friends that were out there that, you know, were heavy equipment operators that were doing stuff, guys who were door guys who came and fixed my doors, electricians that came out and fixed my electrical problems. I mean, I had probably about 20 people that came in and put hours and hours of work to make it possible. So it was, you know, it's nice to see your friends there for you, and they're still there now, and they'll be the ones that I'll be contacting when I get a golf course too. That's for sure, because they all had my back, and without a supporting cast around you, you know, it's impossible if you don't have a supporting cast, because you can't do everything yourself.
That's in anything that you do, anything
Yeah.
in life, and you just have to have that strong support system. And, you know, to be perfectly honest with the audience here, I actually interviewed you back in February.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a whole different tone.
Yeah,
You were
yeah.
getting back on your feet.
Yeah.
You just moved into your other shop
Yeah.
across Brentwood.
In the wound
In the winter,
was, in
you,
the,
had a pond in front
yeah,
of you.
and the wound was deep then.
The wound
I
was
was a little bitter in the last interview.
So this is a lot more happy. So,
Yeah.
you know, when we're talking about, you know, him being at his low, I mean, I'm kind of glad it wasn't on video, because
Yeah, right.
made for bad video, but
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
more happy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, there's trials and tribulations. I mean, it's you know, people, and that's why with a lot of my posts too, I try to put everything out there so people know that it's not always just good. You know, there was times where some things would go wrong at the range, and I'd take a $4,000 loss in a matter of minutes. You know, and that's no good. And you know, the range was such a high cost, where, you know, the first of the month I had to make $12,000. So if you have a bad month, you just lost. You know, this is what you're trying to do, and you just lost. So it's not always.
well, even just recently, the person taking the kids' basketball hoop.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it never fails.
Yeah. Yeah. It's always something. It's definitely always something. But you got to just roll with it. You know, take the good with the bad, because that's the way that's just how it happens. You know, there's going to be great times. There's going to be bad times. It's really just how you fight through. And I always try to tell people, do something that you love. Because if you do, you can fight through the bad times, and money will come because you're passionate about it. You're going to be good at what you're doing. If you don't like what you're doing, it doesn't matter how much money you make, you're not going to really be successful. And the measure of success is really how happy you are with your situation. It's not always how many zeros are in the bank account. It's how happy you are. When I get up and I come here, I'm happy. When I deal with you, when I deal with a customer, that brings me enjoyment. When a guy calls me and says, "Hey man, I shot 6 strokes lower because you cut down my clubs and put those new grips on," like that makes me feel good that guy is getting a benefit from my service. So that's what makes me wake up every day and want to continue to do this.
Sure. So let's go back to the whole golf course thing. That's your ultimate dream. Where are you looking at?
Well, I've been wanting to get Shadow Lakes for years now, and it seems like they had a plan in place to do what they're doing as far as saying they're not going to keep the course open, to force the city to rezone, because obviously the land is worth a lot more money putting homes and housing on it than it would be as a golf course. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm open to anything. I want it to be within my customer base, so I want it out here in the East Bay. But Shadow is definitely my #1 prospect. I want that course and have for 5 years. So we'll see what happens with the rezone. If they don't rezone, I think I got a really good chance of getting it because they have no choice. And if they do okay the rezone, there's going to be 1 course left. And I doubt very seriously that Suncoast Property wants to run golf courses because they haven't been able to do it right for 12 years now. So they'll hopefully want to get rid of that one and be flexible to work with somebody because, no one's going to buy those courses just cash,
Sure.
Because people with that much money aren't willing to work as hard as it would need. You'll have to work your ass off to make $200,000, to make $500,000. Well, a guy who's got $5 million sitting around to buy a course, his $5 million can make him more money than that just doing nothing. So that's the ultimate goal because I'd love to see people smiling and laughing on my golf course.
That's the thing. Everything with you is an experience. Whether they're buying new grips, whether they're getting a putter, a driver, golf balls, you make it fun.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of, just fun.
Well, that's what golf balling's about. For so long, golf had this stigma of being stale, boring, old men, not having any fun. And golf balling's about having fun. And now it's nice because I see people out there, like your video, playing the radio, out there having fun, having some drinks. That's what it's about. You don't have to fit that old mold of just boring, tap your cap, little clap. Like, you can get out there. You can do a crank when you have a good shot. You can yell. You can have a good time. That's what golf balling's about, to get more people into the game because it's really a great game, but a lot of people don't experience it or they don't experience it till later in life because it has that stigma of being boring, of being stale, or you have to be a certain way, dress a certain way, act a certain way, when golf is for everybody. You could be from any background, any nationality, any type of character, and you can go out there and you can have a good time at golf, So that's what golf balling's about. It's just having fun, having a good time, and just, it's funny, I'll actually tell you the story is, so back in high school, I had this guy that I knew, older black dude, and he was from Mississippi, and he goes, "Hey, you be golf ballin'? You be golf ballin'?" And I didn't know what he was saying, right? He had this thick little accent, and he said, you be golf ballin', because he saw my golf clubs in the back, and he called it golf ballin', because he would just hit the ball. He never played golf, he would just hit it. So he called golf ballin', and that's where the name comes from. So back when I was 16, before any of this ever started or I ever thought of it, it's just I remember him saying golf balling. "You be golf balling?" And I was like, what is he saying? "You be golf balling?" And he pointed to my clubs. And I'm like, "Yeah, I golf." So that's where the name comes from. It's actually funny. Yeah.
So where did the idea of, repairing clubs going from that model to now inserting, refurbished, rebranded, flipping clubs?
Well,
Where'd that come from?
Well, I started the mobile truck, doing all repairs. And then after being out in the area for 2 years, servicing people, I obviously noticed that, one, you got to go all the way to Pleasant Hill before you can hit a golf shop. So there was a huge need. If you wanted a golf shirt, if you wanted a 60-degree wedge, if you wanted a TaylorMade set or any of that, you couldn't get it out here at all. You couldn't, there was nothing. You definitely couldn't get no grips, couldn't get shaft, you couldn't get any repairs, and there was no place to get, a $65 bag or, a $15 Titleist shirt. There was nothing like that. It was all just the stuff that's in the pro shops. And typically, the pro shop stuff is really overpriced, and it's a limited supply. So that's what led me to say I would like to bring my style of golf shop into a golf course, because
We also have the big box stores with some of the.
and a lot of them have closed.
They have closed, but they've also had kind of the equipment that's made to sell that's really not that good.
Yeah, they have.
Not to knock them or anything.
Yeah, they have box sets.
Yeah.
You know, it's not necessarily quality product. You know, they're starter sets, and that's fine. But like here, I always say, you know, you can spend a little bit more and get a name brand quality set, and you're going to hold value. If you buy a set in here for $250, in 5 years, it's going to be worth $150.
Yeah.
Where those box sets, you buy it for $250, it's worth $20 at a garage sale.
Sure.
So.
Yeah, and that's what's nice about you is you kind of introduce people to the game, and it's very cost effective. You got looking back there, you got Mizuno, Titleist, Ping,
TaylorMade,
Callaway, everything.
Cleveland.
And you know, you helped me with my driver in 5-wood.
Yeah.
Now I'm crushing it.
You are playing better
you
golf.
were right. You were right. So
I just try to give people the necessary information. That's it. I give the people the information that they need to make an educated decision and purchase.
yeah, you make it fun. You don't
Yep.
oversell.
Nope.
You actually undersell.
I don't sell anybody. I
You
just give them.
undersell.
Yeah, I just give them the information. You know, if they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, I just want them to be educated. So if they go somewhere else, whether they buy something on Craigslist, whether they go into another store, at least they're educated. Because another thing, what happened to me is I went to a big box store years ago. Right, my dad bought me a set. Spent like $2,400. I got a set, played it for a while, and then I talked to someone who actually knew what they were talking about, and they were like, "Why are you playing?" So basically, I got set up with the complete wrong set. I'm a low handicap, and I was playing a big cavity back club, but I didn't know any better. You know, I didn't know anything about clubs that much back then. This is like probably 15 years ago. So I was set up with the wrong stuff. The guy just sold me whatever he could. My dad spent $2,400, and it was all the wrong stuff. So I just remember that feeling after, like, man, he just bamboozled me. Like, he just sold me whatever he was making his quota or was ever doing his. So I made like a vow, like, not to do that. Like, when people come in, and if their set is good, I'll be like, you don't need another set. You know, these irons are perfectly fine. You know, let's measure you, and maybe you could get some grips or you can get your grooves sharpened, but don't spend another $300 to $700 on a set of irons when your clubs are plenty good enough. Like, even if it costs me money, I tell people, you know, because I want them to, you know, because I want customers for life.
Sure.
I don't want to make $100 today. I want them to tell their buddy, to tell their grandson, to tell their brother. That way everybody comes to me and they know they can get a good deal.
And so where did this idea of hustling come from in terms of seeking out good clubs at a lower price, you know, low price, not
Yeah.
lower, but
Well,
where did that idea of hustle come from?
Well, basically, so with all the manufacturers, if you buy from them, the profit margins are so pathetic that you can't make any money. That's why every shop is going out of business. Even the big, huge box stores, Golfsmith goes bankrupt, you know, because the profit margins are real small, and I don't have the buying power. You know, I can't call TaylorMade and say, you know, TaylorMade wants $60,000. That's what it costs to carry TaylorMade.
Okay.
They want a $60,000 deposit, and then you can carry their product. I'm never going to sell $60,000 worth of TaylorMade product, you know? And I don't think there's that many people that want to buy brand new product, and the ones who do are mostly going online to get it because you're always going to be able to get a better deal. So I never really wanted to be in that business. So I knew that I had to go out and find the stuff on my own because I have to get a good deal to be able to give you a good deal. I don't want somebody to come in here and look at this set of clubs and go, wow, look at this price, because I paid too much for it, so now I got to charge you too much for it. I want to be able to find the good deals, bring the good deals in, like when I bought all these Patron bags, you know? I bought 100 bags. I have 13 left because I bought them at a really good price and was able to
Does
price
it come
them
with a drink?
I would now that would be I wouldn't have any left then. But you know, these Patron bags, $65 for that bag. So they just flew off the shelf, and that's what I try to do. You know, like these Nike shirts, $20. I mean, I just try to find good deals so I can give good deals, because that's what's going to keep people coming in.
So you're doing all the work for everybody else, so they don't have to search online for hours
Pretty
just
much
to find that one product.
And I'm not going to lie, it's gotten a lot easier. Like when I had the first shop over on right next to Shadow Lakes by Willie's Bagels, it was another full-time job. I mean, it was endless. I had to spend so much time researching, trying to find it, closing the shop, driving to Hayward or driving to San Ramon to pick up stuff. It was a full-time job. Now it's gotten a lot easier because I have resources that now bring me stuff. So, having a golf shop for so long, I have somebody that calls me up, hey, we had our annual tournament and we have 12 dozen balls left over. Hey, are you interested? And then I get them. Or, hey, I have these sets, are you interested? So now a lot of the product comes to me, so it is a lot easier, but I still get good deals and I still pass them along. And, it's the hustle. You got to, if you want to do it, you got to take advantage of it. You have to make it happen. No one's going to do it for you. So like I said, especially in the beginning, it was a full-time job. I mean, out there trying to find these deals. Now it's gotten a little easier because product comes to me, but it's just all about finding a good deal, and so I can pass it along to my customers is really all it's about. So it's worth it to me.
So you've been down here now a couple months?
We've been here about 3 months, been open about a month and a week.
And how's the response been now that you're down here versus kind of either in Antioch or across town in the offset?
It's been fantastic. I mean, to be honest, I've never had so many customers just come in because they've seen us. I mean, we're right here on Brentwood Boulevard. I got the big sign up now. I have a huge real estate right here. I mean, it's hard to miss. Once people get over the fact that it looks like a gas station, because some people drive by and go, oh, that's a gas station, but it's not. Especially now that I have this something before, it used to say unleaded. You gotta
get a good big golf ball.
I know, but it used to say unleaded, super unleaded, so then that confused people. But now the front sign's up. I mean, I've never had so many customers just drop in. And it's been really busy. Everyone's been really happy. And somehow, I'm not exactly sure, even though I saw it, when I went from Brentwood to Antioch to the driving range, I saw a huge decrease in sales and repairs. A huge. But I made up for it because I sold a ton of range balls. And now that I'm back, all my old customers that remember me from the golf truck and from the golf shop are all, oh man, so glad, I wondered where you went and everything like that. So I'm not exactly sure how it all got lost, but
because you weren't on ECT.
Yeah, right? That's why. You gotta be. But so it's nice to see all those old customers. Like I've already seen probably about 50 to 100 customers like, hey man, aren't you the guy from that truck? Or hey, didn't you have a shop over there? And I'm like, yeah, I remember you did it. Yeah, you re-grip my clubs. And it's like, it's nice to see those old customers back. And now I'm getting when I was over next to Tailgaters, I mean, it was, there was rain. It was
lake.
Yeah, it was bad. But so far here, I mean, I've done, in the month and a half I've been open, I mean, I've done hundreds of more customers. Like that's how many, I get 10 to 20 people coming in a day. That's huge, because I'm not a volume store. I'm not selling sandwiches or coffee, So if I get 4 to 6 customers, that's good. So having up to 20 customers coming in a day is huge because it's so convenient. They can put, like I have guys come in, hey, I need some balls before my round. They come grab balls, come grab tees, or they come in and go, hey, I need these 3 clubs gripped. My tee time's at 12:30. Can you get it done? Yeah, no problem. Because you can literally pull right next to my front door, and you can be in and out within a minute.
It's like a drive-in gas station.
Right? It's like a drive-in gas station. Yeah.
But it's really nets.
Yeah.
You need to hit balls.
The nets are coming. The nets. I got an inflatable hitting bay that's coming, so we will be able to hit clubs. But it's just really convenient. If you need balls and a glove before your round, you can literally pull right in. It's right on the main strip. You can pull right in. You could be in here maybe 2 minutes, and then be back in your car going. So it's extremely convenient, and it's in a great location. And it's just working great for our customers. It's working great for me. So
locally, if someone wants to start golfing, what are some good local courses that aren't too far away that you maybe recommend?
Yeah, definitely Lone Tree, especially for beginners. Lone Tree's got a good practice facility, and their course is very fair for beginners. It's typically mostly flat. A lot of holes run back to back. So as far as if you do slice one off, you're not just getting a penalty stroke and everything like that. So definitely Lone Tree for beginners. That's where you need to start because it's an easier course. It's pretty much straightforward. And like I said, holes on each side. Brentwood's good, but if you go out to Brentwood, house is left, house is right. You
a
know,
lot of windows. It's a lot of windows.
Yeah, if the ball's getting a little loose, you know, you're gonna hit some houses, and then you got penalty strokes, and nobody wants to be, you know, no one wants to go out there and shoot 200.
No.
You know, so for beginners, definitely go to Lone Tree. If you're a little more advanced, you know, you go to Deer Ridge, Shadow Lakes. Discovery Bay Country Club is great. It's private, so you got to know a member to get on there or something, but that's a great course. 16 out of 18 holes have water on it, so that's fun. And then Delta View. I'm a men's club member at Delta View. I love it. It's a challenging course. It's fun. Elevation changes. You're never on flat ground out there, so if you're a beginner, kind of stay away from there. You know, I mean, you still go there and have a good time, but it's going to be a harder course because you're never on level ground. But we have a lot of quality courses around here.
What's your favorite course you've ever played?
Favorite course I've ever played, I like Greenhorn. Greenhorn's up in Angels Camp. We do a golf trip for my dad's birthday every year, so that adds to it. We get a bunch of people together, and we've grown. We've only done it 3 years, but we had 1 group, 2 groups. This last year we had 3 groups. This next year we'll have 4 or 5. So we're growing a tournament, and we go up there. It's just I like old courses with growth. We're shot shapes. I don't, you know, like we play Saddle Creek up there. It's a great course, but it's wide open. You know, there's nothing. You don't really have to work the ball. The holes are pretty open. So I like where there's trees and you got to cut corners and really shot shape. So Greenhorn is one of my favorites. And then Yokadihe up at Cache Creek. I mean, that's a fantastic track. I like tough courses. You know, for me, the tougher the course is, the more I'm going to like it. So
what are 2 things that go with golf?
Beer and gambling. That's it. I mean, I almost never play golf if I'm not gambling. We always got to bet, whether it's a quarter, whether it's $1 or $100. We're always betting constantly. So, and you know, we're always drinking too.
All right, then what's the beer drink of choice?
I go with Coors Light, Screw Tops. I do that, 1, because I like Coors Light, 2, because of Screw Tops, so then you're not spilling your beer, you know. I loved it. As soon as our course started carrying those Screw Tops, you know, instead of going over the bumps and your beer getting all over your phone and everywhere and you're wasting beer, so the Screw Tops are the way to go. Coors Light. I don't drink liquor when I golf, ever, because then it's straight to double bogeys if I do. So, you know, I have a few beers. If I'm playing serious.
No tequila sunrises in the morning?
No.
Wow.
No. Bloody Marys.
Bloody Marys?
Bloody Marys. Every once in a while, some Bloody Marys. You always need those. If I'm playing real serious golf, like in my match plays and everything like that, I don't drink, or I don't drink till I'm up. Like yesterday, I won my match play yesterday, okay? Undefeated this season. Just a shameless plug there.
Undefeatable?
Well, no, I'm defeatable, but I haven't lost yet. But, so, you know, I was 3 up on the turn, and I got some beers, you know, because I was up. So I felt comfortable. But if I'm grinding out a match, or at the beginning, I don't drink at all because I want to see where I'm at. And if I'm feeling comfortable with my game, then I might have a few beers. But
so I would have went with the 2 things of alcohol and bad language.
Yep. Oh, definitely.
A few F-bombs.
Definitely.
Unfortunately, it's true.
That's every group I've ever been in.
You get a couple of those.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but tell you what, man, it's good to see you back on your feet, doing good. You know, you're always happy.
Try to be.
How important has social media been to you in terms of growing your business? Because you're one of the few people that are doing it right.
Yeah.
Put a lot of good videos. You encourage people. You just try and make people happy.
Well, what I've learned and what I feel is, if you want to be successful using social media, which is a great platform, you have to provide content as well as. I can't just go on every day and say, hey, this grip is on sale, this shirt's on sale, this club's on sale, come get this done, because then I just sound like spam. So I really let people into my life, like they see who I am, they see my day-to-day stuff, and some people say, man, why do you put that on there? Or, hey, you shouldn't do that. And that's their opinion, and they have the right to that, but I want my customers to feel like they know me personally. I want the good, the bad, the ugly, the fantastic out there, so people know that I live a regular life just like anyone else. And so they have content. It's not just everything I post is about selling stuff or what I offer them. You know, it's just about life. It's about, hey, what's going on? So social media is the greatest platform as far as getting your business out there. You can really do it, but you got to do it right, you know, and you can't shove something down people's throats.
Start buying this.
Yeah. You can't be that way. You just put some content out there.
Here's a shirt. buy it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, you make it fun. You even did a little dance a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That-
And if you do it every once in a while. You say, hey, I got this stuff on sale. You don't always make it see. If everything you have is a sales pitch, then you just sound like a salesman.
Yep.
But for me, I just put everything out there. I let people inside, the details of my life and see how I'm living and how things are going. And for the most part, people enjoy it. I actually have, there was a wife who got a framed picture of me for Mother's Day. And they sent it to me on Instagram. Said, me and my husband love watching your videos, love looking at the pictures of you and your family and everything that you got going. We love what you're doing. And on Mother's Day, she got a card and a framed picture of me. So that was pretty cool, to see that and to know that there's, fans out there that appreciate what I do and what I provide everybody with and the entertainment. So it's always cool. I've had more people that have written me about that, but to see that was someone get a picture of me on Mother's Day. I don't know if my wife liked it that much, but yeah,
It's been fun.
Pleasure, man.
We'll be back.
Pleasure,
we'll
man.
be doing another interview in the next few months.
No problem.
Maybe some golf tips, golf advice.
That'd be cool.
I'm
coming out Sunday.
Sunday morning.
So I'll be golfing at the crack of dawn, I guess.
So you're gonna be up.
I'm gonna be up.
Will you have an alcoholic beverage?
I will have a Bloody Mary for sure that early.
And you promise some F-bombs somewhere?
Promise.
I will have.
Guaranteed.
I will be there.
Maybe you can get it on camera after I
No.
do
This is PG-13. Some of my audience may not like it.
You're right. You're right.
Because we do filter out comments, whether or not people believe it, but we do filter comments on ECT where bad language
Yeah.
sometimes doesn't make it through, but Facebook isn't perfect.
Yep.
So sometimes you do see that.
Yep.
But no, it's been real.
Yes.
Keep up entertaining
I appreciate
people.
this.
And visit the Golf Baller and brand new location. And I'll put all the information out. And
8285 Brentwood Boulevard. Come see me. Spread the news. I'll hook you up. I'll take care of you.
please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we will visit another business here in the next few days. And take care and have a good weekend, everybody.